Hello, my lovely people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jane. If this is the first time that you are seeing me, thank you so much for stopping by. Today, you will be shocked to what you're about to hear. Sometimes you think that it's something that is happening on a video, on a movie or something, but this is happening in 2022. A man said this to the wife, and a man did this to the wife, and the wife did this. I saw it in Somako's channel. I thought it was a joke. I said, hey, Chineke, let me put my spectacle back on so I can read it correctly. That's what my father calls the spectacle. So let's read. This is a Nigerian man. For those of you that don't know where I am from, I'm a Niger born and raised. I am there. So this man said he has the audacity to post it up. His name is Yusuf Tafa. He said, I slapped my wife and she had the gut to arrest me with the police because of a correctional slap. So the wife gave him a correctional arrest. Well, because of a correctional, so the slap was to a correctional slap. I was so surprised when the police stormed my office to arrest me. We have lost wife materials. It is funny how this woke generation can endure like our mothers. My God. Is this a joke? Just like someone asked, is it a joke? I said, me, I don't know. He said, she had me arrested and had the nerve to remain in my house. It is the audacity. She had me arrested, and had the nerve to remain in my house. It is the audacity for me. My father slapped my mom, and she never had him arrested. Instead, she apologized like the good wife that she is, then cooked and washed his clothes. But now, it's pathetic that we can't correct them. Oh my God. I have been happily married for 3 years. She had me arrested for slapping her. Laugh out loud. I am done with this shitty marriage. My dear, you guys had it right. This man said, all I did was just to slap her. That's all I did. Just for correctional slap. And she had the audacity to call the police. To arrest me in my office. I was so surprised when the police came to my office and said, your wife called us and said that you slapped her, and they came to arrest me. You say she even has the audacity, the nerves to still be in my house. We have been married for 3 years, and I've been happily married for 3 years, and you have been happily married for 3 years. There's some things that I don't want to say. That I don't want to say because people will look at us like we're animals. And some people do behave like animals. This man said, my mother gets slapped every day from my father. And my mother will never call police for my father. Instead, she will go and cook for my father and get on her knee to apologize to my father for slapping her and wash her clothes. He said, we have lost wife material. So for you to be a wife material, your husband has to slap you, or your husband has to beat you up. Women, thank you, Jesus, for this woman. Thank God that she did not take it. You don't have to take it. This man is trying to compare the mother. And that's the truth. When we were growing up, The husbands will just be using their wives like a football. They'll be doing whatever it is, because in their head they think wives is like part of their property. It's their property. I paid bride price on her head. I can tell her what to do. I can tell her when to breed. I can tell her when to shit. I can tell her when to breathe, get some air. I can tell her when to eat. I can tell her when to go and take a shower. I can tell. They don't allow them to work. They don't allow them to go to work. In those days, they do not allow them to go to work, because even last week, one of my brothers said, you know, when women get any little money, their husband is nothing again. So this is the mentality that they have, that when a woman has money, that a woman will have power. When a woman has money, that they will talk. This man has the audacity to even put it where people will see that he did it. Put it on a paper where people will read and see that the name is Yusuf. That Yusuf, that you beat your wife up and you came out and you told the world, yes, I beat her up. It's just a correctional slap. A correctional slap. From correctional slap, it will be a correctional deleting. From a correctional deleting, it will turn everything to the children. These men of nowadays are still following the olden days of what their father did. No matter what education they have, no matter how much they have gone out, they still think what their father did when they were young is the right thing. They still has not learned anything. Even the ones that are in abroad, they still have that idea in their head that this is small thing that you would do with them. They said, is it because we are in Obodoyibo? Is it because we are in abroad? If you are in Nigeria, would you tell me this? If you are in Nigeria, you know how, unless you want me to marry you, the way you marry Igbo people, or you marry in Nigeria. And all this rubbish is mainly from the Igbo land. They call it that their culture, they need to sit down on their women. They abuse their women in Korokoro eyes. And their children grew up and used that and still talk about it and still said, my father did it. And my mother get down on her knee and apologize. And in 2022, the husband want the wife to get on the knee and apologize to him for slapping her. So women, I am telling you, do not tolerate any kind of abuse. I don't care what. Respect your husband. Respect them. I never said you should not respect them. Respect them as your husband, and they will respect you. But if you comes to the point that somebody has to lay their hands on you, don't take it. Call the police, just like this girl. This girl, at least the man didn't tell us that that she was fighting back. If she was fighting back, he would be surprised too, because in those days our parents did not fight back. They just sit down there and take it. The highest thing they would do, that they will cry, or if it's that bad, they will go back to their family house, their parents' house, and stay a little bit. And when the man come down, the man will carry one 2 naira drink and go over to their parents and go and get her again, just to come and repeat the same thing. That's what happened in those days. And this man in 2022 is telling us that my mother did it, and my mother did not call police. He said, we have lost wife material. So a wife material is the material that will come and then you will do whatever you want to do with them and they will shut up. That's a wife material. And these people have children and they stay in front of their children, abuse their wives, give their children up to marriage. If their children come and their girls come back and said, my husband did this or my husband did that, they said, oh, don't worry about it, just stay there and the love will come back. You don't have to be in love for you to marry, for you whatever, that you are the one that's supposed to build your home. I've seen many scenarios of this. A woman comes back and said, with bruises all over. I say, oh no, the mother will say, go. If I tell you what your father is doing to me, you will not believe it. You see what your father is doing. I guess that's what. So they think that's the right way to raise men. They raise their boys to be animals. And the father raised their boys to be animals, because in that country that we call Nigeria, in that Igbo land, their culture is against women, and they think it's the right thing to do, to just sit on the women. They don't know when they are sitting on the women, they are sitting on their mothers. Why wouldn't they sit on their mothers? Because their mothers tolerated it and never did anything. That's why they raise their children like idiots. That is why. So this generation that we are in, this generation, we are not going to tolerate it. We are going to go cuckoo on them. If they try it, before they raise their hands up, you know what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Don't allow it. Call the police. Go back to your parents. Go back to your parents and go there and never come back. That's why I encourage women to start doing something. I encourage you to start doing something. In those days, because they don't allow people to work, they do not allow women to work. And because they don't allow women to work, they are the only one that is working. They can come and slap you. You have to go and beg them, because if you want them to give you money for the family. They can come and do anything they want to do, because they will be the one to give you money. But now that they have saying that women, a woman that will do this, that will call police, she is working, she has a job. She said, even if you leave, I will take care of myself. I give this woman kudos. I wish they called her name and said, I would have. This woman is a good example of what you should do. You should not tolerate anybody touching you, anybody laying their filthy hand on you. Nobody should do it. And don't stay in abusive marriage. Do not stay in abusive marriage because you want to stay there because of your children. You are just destroying yourself. You cannot do it. You cannot do it. And you cannot, the same way that they're abusing their wives, that's the same way they're abusing their children, because their children cannot talk. And then they raise their little children to watch how they are treating their mothers. And their children, the goat that they call boys, will grow. None of them has sense. None. Zero. If you marry your age mate in Nigeria, in short, if you marry your age mate, if you are, let's say 30 years old, and you marry a 30-year-old, you're marrying a baby. You are marrying a baby. You marry somebody that's maybe 32, 33. That's a little bit... because they don't have sense. That's why when we marry them, we start all over again and start raising them back. And start training them back to bring their brain back from that 20 Brigadium to 20 whenever it is that you got married. That's why one of the things that sometimes when women invest in making sure that they bring their husband's head back from that erotic way to make them start reasoning well, that's why they stay in the marriage and they want to quench there, because they have put so much work in this person. I slapped my wife, and my wife will call the police. She had the audacity to call the police. It's only a correctional slap. My mother did it. My mother got the slap from my father, and she never called the police. But we have lost wife material, because all these girls now that they are raising, they don't have respect for men. They think because they have something in their whatever that makes them men, that women should not speak in front of them. In those days, women did not. But they forgot that it was 1920 Brigadium. It's not 1922. It's not 2022, not 1920. These people makes me so angry, and when they make me angry, I speak like an angry woman. I'm not an angry woman. I'm not an angry woman. It's just that men of these days, men that are being raised these days. I told my children, let me tell you what I tell my children. This son is making me, I'm trying to get up like this. I told my children, if you guys marry to anyway, where would they learn it? They cannot learn it now. Where would they learn to go and touch a woman, or to go and slap a woman, or to go and start hitting a woman, or start telling a woman, if you don't respect me, this? I told them, go and look for a job, or look for a job that will put food on your table. Don't depend on what a woman will be making. She has to work. I said, I will be alive to watch that. I will train this girl and say, Mama, put your foot down. No allow any stupid man to toss you around. I am not going to allow my children to toss their wives around. Where would they learn it? Their father never did it and don't do it. They have to treat their wife if they want to be happy in that house. If you ever touch them, now me go deal with you, self. Now me, she don't need to call her parents, because I will come and ask you, where did you learn that from? Where? They dare not do it. And I will teach that girl every bad thing she will do to them. If they try it, I will teach her. Because she has a mother too. She is somebody's child too. So nobody is allowed to touch anybody's child. I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of money you think you have. I don't care what kind of property you think you have. You have no right to touch anybody's child. If you don't want to marry anymore, divorce the person, let the person go. You have no right. And that your right disappeared the day I said I do, that I'm going to marry you. And I'm marrying you does not mean that I am agreeing when, oh, that's what it is when you guys saying, oh, for better, for worse. I'm going to tell the children that whoever that will marry my children, I said, don't use that word for better, for worse. Don't use that word for better, for worse, because people are misusing that word, worse. People are misusing it. When they beat you, they call it the worst. So you can stay in there and they do whatever it is that they want to. They say you agree to stay for better, for worse. No, I did not agree for you to come and hit me. That's not what I agree. I did not agree. Yeah, but to help you, build you up and do whatever I will do. But not for you to come and lay your filthy, stinking hand on me. That's rubbish. Men that do this, where do you guys get sense from? Where do you guys, who gave birth to all of you? Men that lay their hands on their women, they are not men. They don't have balls. They don't have the balls that make them men. Or that must be something, I said it in my other video, it must be something that they are hiding, that they don't want their wives to go out there and tell somebody. And their wife is the only one that know that thing. And if their wife leave that marriage to go and tell somebody, people will look at them like, it's okay, you better don't come. That's why they do what they do, to shut women up. And women, put a stop to it. Put a stop to it and do not allow them to be doing this to you. It's not acceptable. So I give this sister of mine kudos for calling the police. Calling the police. Especially if you are in abroad. I beg, call the police and let them take these bastards out. They know what it. Let them throw them out. Sometimes it depends on what you do. You will stay outside and be paying for your rent. You will still be paying for your rent where that woman will stay. You see how he called, how he said, she has the audacity to call the police for just that's a small slap. And she still live in my house. So the house that two of you are staying, that's supposed to be two of you house. He is calling it my house. So, what does that tell you? He said he's been happily married for 3 years. So, you've been happily married for 3 years because she has not challenged you for beating her. So, the first day you beat her, she said, my dear, oh, me, I don't want to, because I'm not here for you to beat me. And I will do the same thing if I were her. So, I give you, when I see these stories, thank you so much for this story. I really, really appreciate this. When I see these stories, I bring it out. I emphasize in it, and I bring it out so that people that have, when you continue to say something, bring it out and let people see, so that people will start learning. People will start knowing that marriage, you are not there as a slave. You are not there as a slave. Come on, don't make yourself a slave in a marriage. You're supposed to enjoy the marriage the same way the person is supposed to enjoy the marriage. I come to work. If I'm tired, I can't go to the kitchen. I can't go to the kitchen. I am sorry. My husband gets inside the kitchen and makes something for us to eat. Is when I come back, sometimes if I'm okay, I come over there and make something. It's our house. If I'm tired, I am entitled to be tired. He will go and make something. We eat it. If I come back, sometimes I go and make it. We eat it. It's we. If you guys don't like it, sometimes now when we go home, this thing we are doing it here in Obodo. Now when we go home now, the people in Nigeria that think they have sense, the people, the family members that think that, oh, you are here, Jen, you are here, and my brother is making food. Let whoever have sense come to my house and say that kind of rubbish. Whoever that think you are, is it not when I allow you in my house that you will come and ask me that type of question? I will not tolerate it. If you come to my house and ask me when my husband is helping me get something or making something for us to eat, and you say, Pekem, I'll open the door and open it, you get out. You get out, you don't belong here. You are still in the toilet. And go to the toilet. Make sure you are in the pit so that they can close you down. Rubbish people. So my lovely people, I saw that. I couldn't stop laughing when Summer was doing. I said, let me come and emphasize in that here. So you don't have to take any bullshit from anybody. God bless you for watching. You know, I love you guys. I'm sorry that I cursed, but hey, you know, sometimes we have to say it. Whether people like it or not, we're gonna say it. God bless you for watching. From me to you. Bye-bye.